What's up, beautiful people? In this video, I'm gonna share with you what I have learned in my first 2 years of gardening. Let's get to it, y'all. What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 Hello. My name is Ricky Jones Jr. and I am also excited to be with you all here today, which I'm probably sure that you can feel already so far. And if you are new to the channel, hello, I am into gardening, especially for the beginner gardener and all of us, okay? Find a home here because this is where we can learn, we can grow, and we can experience all the ebbs and flows of gardening together, okay? So go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And if you would like to join the gardening squad, the gardening family, the gardening team, click that join button so that you can be flooded with all the awesome perks that comes along with it, and gifts and things like that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it because we are in the front yard garden. I can feel a little drizzle coming along, so obviously I won't be long, but at the end of the day, what I have learned, how I would like to share from the hearts of me. So I might even call this like the diary of a gardener. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out what we're gonna call these Friday talks for the month of September, but at the end of the day, that's where I'm at. And now what I have learned, one of the first things, one of the main things that I have learned is patience, okay? Patience. It might be a far-fetched idea, but in gardening you do have to have patience because things take however long they take, which everything has an ideal time of harvest and things like that, or days to harvest. And so, you know, you can get an idea of what it will take, but not everything goes according to plan. There are various factors and things that takes place due to, you know, the sun being out, the rain, fertilizers, and different things like that people use to come up with the ideal time of harvest. But patience is necessary, okay? Now, what you can do and different things that I've done is things like succession planting, where I plant something one time, 2 weeks later I plant it again, and things like that, or even planting things in seedling trays and seed starter trays and things like that, with the idea that I can plant it, I can put it away, I'm gonna let it grow, let it do what it does, and then in due time, I know with the seed starting trays, I'll come back to it, I'll have a seedling, and then I can plant it. So it is like take away the pressure of like going to the raised bed each and every day, seeing what is grown, seeing what is not grown, and getting frustrated and things like that. You can kind of like set it and put it away. Mine is in the backyard, so I really don't get to it every day, but when I remember that something is back there, I go back there and oh wow, look, some seeds have grown. Okay, so patience is something that you need to have, okay? Number two, I'll probably say like 5 just to make it nice and easy and short. But the second thing I will say is grow what you like. If you were like me, like the first year of gardening, I was growing a little bit of everything. And when I mean everything, I do mean everything. Things that I like, things that I didn't like. I was just buying seeds, just trying different things on what grew fast, what didn't take long. I was just growing stuff. I was growing turnips. I don't even know what a turnip tastes like, okay? I was growing mustard greens, and my family, we don't even eat mustard greens. Like just all different kind of stuff. I was growing tomatoes, don't really care for tomatoes, never ate the tomatoes, but the tomatoes grew. And so it's just things after things that I was growing, with the idea that, oh, these things can grow in my area. I'm in a zone 9B, and things can grow in this area, so let me buy it. That was the thought I had, not with the idea of no, take a step back and grow what you like, okay? So you see the garden as it is right now is kind of, visibly it's kind of bare, but up under the soil there's a lot going on. We have some beets growing over here, we have some okra growing back there, things like that. We're gonna have it all flooded, but it's gonna be flooded, well, more than anything, it's gonna be filled with things that I like, filled with things that I'm gonna eat, filled with things that I'm going to take part in, okay? But that came with a little bit of experience and knowledge, okay? So as you're beginning your garden, think along those lines. The third thing that I would recommend to beginner gardeners is have an idea of how you want to garden, okay? Even when I was talking about the patient aspect of things, know whether or not you want to have some seeds and plant directly into the soil, or if you want to have seed starting trays, or if you just want to be a seedling planter, okay? That's fine and dandy too, but just know that there is a cost associated with just planting seedlings, okay? It's going to cost you a little bit more because somebody else put in the patience and the time for the seeds to sprout for you to buy it, okay? So that's, you know, that makes sense for the cost. But if you do want to grow from seeds, you could especially, and you certainly can, grow directly into the raised bed, your container, your 5-gallon bucket. That is certainly fine, or in the ground if that's the way you're growing. However, you too can use seed starting trays, which, you know, the idea of those is to jumpstart or to have a nice little safe space for the seeds to grow, because not all seeds actually germinate. And so the seed starting tray creates a nice, you know, home and things like that where it can grow and you can, you know, do what you need to do from. Some people use lights, grow lights on the inside with all decked out type things. I'm very old school with the way I'm doing it. It's in the backyard getting sunlight, but it's covered because I don't want the seed starting trays to get, you know, overfilled with water and things like that, which you could lose your seed. But nonetheless, know how you want to start or grow what you are growing in your garden, okay? Because that'll help you tremendously, and it'll help your setup process and things like that as well. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is you want to make sure you invest in various fertilizers, okay? There are so many different kind of fertilizers, and it all depends on what you are growing and what you are doing in your garden, as well. It has to do with like your pH level and your soil and things like that. I haven't gotten that technical in what I am doing and how I am growing, but it does mean something to somebody. But at the end of the day, there are like 5 key fertilizers that I use, which I talked about in the worm casting video, which worm casting is now number 1. I use sustain, I use blood meal, I use bone meal, and I also use fish fertilizer, okay? Which I'll put links below in the description for all of those 5 things. But make sure you have a nice fertilizer rotation, okay? Some you can do twice a month, some you could do once a month, some you may only have to do every 3 months, okay? But at the end of the day, make sure you have a nice fertilizer rotation along with your garden, because I mean, just think about it. Even us as humans that eat, plants do eat at the end of the day. There is some good things to like supplements, okay? You could think of fertilizers like supplements, which just help. It helps add to what's already taking place, which with plants we know that's photosynthesis. They get their energy and things from the sun, also from the rainwater and things like that. But when you add your fertilizers into the mix, pun intended, or into the soil, more likely than anything, then you too will add to the boost and the growth of your plants, okay? So that's number 4. And number 5, last but not least, have an idea of the layout of your garden. Again, have a layout idea of the way your garden will be, okay? Now this garden, like you can see right here in the front yard, is in the place where I want it to be, and it was all strategic, okay? We have a raised bed here, a raised bed there, a keyhole raised bed over there, and they were all done with intention in mind, okay? They are going from north to south, all intentional. I have over here 5-gallon buckets that I'm also doing as well, all intentional. Why? This is over here, that is over there. Everything has intentionality, okay? And that's the way you want to lay out and structure your garden area. Now I said it could be in the front yard, it could be in the backyard, it could be on a patio with containers, it could be in your wall with mason jars or something like that. Whatever it is that you are doing, you're growing, make sure you think in advance the location of which way is it facing. That's one of the big things. Is it facing north? Is it facing south, east, or west? With the ideal, real quick, if it's facing north, it's gonna get that early sun, and even east, because the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west, okay? So if it's on the north or the east, it's gonna get that early morning situation. If it's in the south or on the west, it's gonna get that latter day type situation as far as the sun goes. And so all those things are minor factors that play a big role in the way that your garden may or may not grow, okay? So those are some different things that you want to keep in mind, and then, you know, just keeping it short and sweet. That's just for the beginner. If there's any other tips that you may have, let us know in the comment section below so that we can all learn and grow together. And yeah, we'll just keep gardening, we'll just keep growing, we'll just keep trying, we'll just keep doing what is necessary so that we can have the gardening of our desires, our dreams, and our belly's delight, okay? That's all intentional, all those words. But with that being said, I appreciate you all, I love you all, and keep the comments going, and keep the suggestions, the tips, the comments going in the comment section, because we can all read them, we can all see them, and we can all benefit from them, okay? All right, great people, I love you all, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, checking in, and viewing with us, okay? Okay. All right, with that being said, love you, see you next time. Peace.